I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your crown, till the afterglow, the afterglow.
Fading away, you look so great when you gotta shine. One more part of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd. Pressure is your best enemy, spotlights show what I wanna see. Sometimes it feels like you're under attack, you just can't break free. I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your crown, till the afterglow, the afterglow. I'll be there when you fall, when you're losing it all, in the afterglow, in the afterglow. Whoa! It all started with the passion, it all sounded like a dream. Remember how you kept on laughing, now you're trapped in your own skin. The anxiety growing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Turnbuckle Studios and the Boar's Nest proudly bring to you the Smackdown Security Detail. He's Chris Best. I'm OMD. We are not backstage, but we are watching for any shenanigans. Ladies and
Always.
gentlemen, welcome to the show. How are you doing tonight, my brother?
Doing a lot better after the events of today, as I'm watching SmackDown now, getting to watch some wrestling.
Yes, and it's exciting. We've got what appears to be a very exciting show lined up. As I just read, we are also getting Austin Theory versus Tommaso Ciampa tonight.
Nice. That's definitely last minute, because as of half an hour, I didn't see anything about that.
Yeah, I literally just read it, and apparently Nick Aldis decided this an hour ago. But we are getting the highlights from the King and Queen of the Ring here, and
that bonsai drop, man.
so tonight we do get Nia Jax's coronation as the Queen of the Ring.
And I'm going to put this out there once again. I want to see it done 80s style. All the heels in the ring while Nia accepts her crown. Maybe, we got a red carpet in the ring right now, so maybe the coronation's happening now.
I would not be surprised. I'm still just wrapping up the highlights.
Mm-hmm. Nick Aldis is also standing in the ring with the crown. So, yeah, the coronation is going down right now.
Okay. And it does look like that he's standing in front of a throne. Oh, no, maybe not.
By the way, this beer I'm drinking, it's called Juicy Ass by Flying Monkey. It's got some interesting flavors to it.
It does.
I'm digging it.
Flying Monkey always puts out an interesting brew. I've tried several of their IPAs.
I may have to dig deeper into what they make. So, as we've got our queen making her way to the ring right now. As she makes her way to the ring, I've got some update on the NHL game that's taking place tonight.
Okay.
So Chris Tanev, as you know, left the game injured in the last game.
Yes.
He's taking warm-ups today and is expected to play.
Okay, well, that's good for him. Good for the Stars.
Not good for the Oilers.
No.
He's probably going to get limited ice time, though.
Potentially. I mean, it's going to depend on how badly injured he was. And I mean, we know that both he and his brother play that hard physical
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's the citrus. I'm definitely pulling a lot of citrus out of this. Oh,
That is
Naya's
always a good thing.
Naya is going to make her first proclamation as queen. And it is not to be known from this day forward as the Queen of Hearts. That's right. I went deep. I went deep with that Owen Hart promo. By the way, that was one of Owen's greatest promos, in my opinion.
was. It was. Good evening, Bulkster. How we doing, brother?
I was just going to say, Naya right now told Bayley to just watch her back because she's lurking in the shadows. And now we've got our women's world champion or women's WWE champion making her way to the ring. Oh, okay. Okay.
Wow.
I was fully expecting a confrontation between Bayley and Naya. I was not expecting Piper Niven to come out, but this sets the tone for the match later tonight, if now that's even going to happen.
Right? Now I've got to ask, does this maybe set a tone for Clash at the Castle, since if they don't have this match tonight?
I'm not sure, but right now Chelsea's got the stick.
And Piper staring down.
I love this idea.
I agree completely.
I at first thought it was going to be something like Piper makes the attack, takes down Bayley, and then maybe like kneels down in front of Naya to say, "Hey, look, I'm going to be your servant." But
And
I'm glad
yes,
we
you've
didn't get
frozen up
that.
again.
Anyway, no, I was going to say I'm glad that. Yeah, I froze. I'm glad we didn't get Naya or Piper kneeling in front. I'm glad we got Naya pissed off that Piper made that attack, because she gave that look to Piper like, "What the hell are you doing?" You know.
Yep.
Oh, we
But
got it.
Piper being from the UK with Clash at the Castle coming up, I'm wondering if that's maybe where we go with the title match for Clash at the Castle.
I'm not opposed to that. I like that. We got AJ talking to Nick Aldis in the locker room right now.
And a QR code.
Okay, I'm trying to get to it. Right now, there's a bunch of different translations for the word hello have popped up on the screen.
Yep. Oh, and here we go. We are getting DIY on their way to the ring here right now.
Damn it.
So our opening contest is going to be Tommaso Ciampa versus Austin Theory.
Nice. This is a little bit hard, me trying to get this. And trust me, I've only had the quarter of a beer right now. So
Right.
okay, there we go. I'm glad it came early before the game, but right now, Sportsnet, I got to shut you off on my phone.
As we are into our first commercial break, I do want to address Bulkster. Since you did stop in to say hi, did you need the link? Did you want to come in and join us tonight? Excellent. Glad to hear your day went well. Congratulations on booking your cruise. We're excited for you. So yeah, but do you want the link? Do you want to come in and join the show, Mr. Bulkster?
Okay, once again, lots to unwrap with this one. There's like 12 different videos to watch. Not going to take care of it at this moment.
No.
Okay. Now to get caught up to the show.
Okay.
There we go.
So Bulkster's going to be jumping in here in just a moment.
Trying to figure out what else I'm tasting in this drink. I taste the tangerine. I taste the passion fruit. I do taste the notes of pine. Maybe that's what's making it taste like grapefruit.
See, I didn't notice pine in it the last time, and I mean, I'm a gin drinker, so
Yeah.
you want to
You
talk
should
about
notice
something
pine.
that's... Yeah.
Well, see, I noticed the pine because the stuff I smoke, the special thing, because we're not going to mention it, we're live on the air,
Right.
has a pine smell and pine taste to it as well.
Right.
Football scouting report. You are welcome to the show, man. You only missed the opening promo where it set the tone for the show between Nia Jax, Piper Niven, and Bayley. We saw Nia confront Bayley saying, "Hey, I'm lurking in the shadows. I've got you at SummerSlam." Bayley then made her way out, only to get attacked by Piper Niven, who is scheduled to take on Bayley later tonight.
Yes. And then AJ and Nick Aldis in Nick's office. And then DIY came out because Ciampa is about to face Theory. And, well, speaking of interesting things, speaking of football, since Football Scouting Report has joined us, and now there is the Bulkster. Welcome to the show, Bulkster. Good to have you here live.
Thank you.
The Buffalo Bills made a rather interesting signing today in the NFL.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand it, but it is what it is.
They signed a former WWE draft pick and an Olympic wrestler, Gable Steveson,
Yep.
as a defensive tackle.
Bubba, my friend, what are you drinking there?
That's Bulkster, not Bubba.
Oh,
This is
beer.
Cola, Big K
oh, from Kroger.
from
I know
Kroger.
I know Big K brand actually.
Hey, we save a lot of money. $1.99 for a 6-pack.
Nice.
I wish 6 packs
Right?
of popper $1.99 here.
right?
Even
And
for our cheap shit, Terry,
Huh?
it's like fucking almost $6 just for our cheap beer or our cheap
Wow.
pop. Yeah,
Wow. We
yeah, I mean, to
I
get if I buy a 6-pack of Pepsi or something like that, I wait until it goes on sale at $3.99 for the 6-pack. I'd
Yeah.
rather go spend $15 at the dollar store and get a case of 1-liter bottles. We got Naomi and Bayley in the trainer's room. Are you caught up with us, Bulkster? Because I do not want to spoil anything for you.
it's now showing DIY in the ring.
yeah.
Yep.
Got
We are
Austin
getting-
Theory making his way to the ring. Sands.
Well, you're probably way ahead of me.
Oh, there he is.
I'm showing DIY right now. They're
Yeah.
like now town just music just hit.
Yeah. I'm with you, Bulkster. So
Okay.
So I'm miles ahead of you guys.
Yeah. Chris, you and your super fast internet, you got the pauses for your video, but your internet, your TV is just like right on point.
Yeah. I think what it is with this laptop is it's probably the network adapters that's a piece of shit.
So I have to hand it to Logan Paul. I did try my first Prime over this week. We went, I think, Sunday to Walmart, and they had strawberry banana. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try one of those. And I didn't want to drink it warm, so I waited till I got home, put it in the fridge, let it chill for the night, and had it the next morning. I was like, wow, this ain't too bad for 25 calories. So is this for the titles?
no, this is a one-on-one Ciampa versus Theory.
Oh,
The title match is probably going to be at the PLE.
That's my guess.
Right now, I am also eating a Canadian favorite.
bacon,
Poutine.
Canadian bacon.
It's a Canadian favorite snack, I should say.
Cheetos.
Ketchup chips.
Nope. Dill pickle chips.
Dill pickle chip.
Yep.
You bastard.
$1.47 over at Walmart. So.
Yep. Oh, I know. They're $1.47 at Walmart. They're $1.47 at Food Basics.
Yep. Well, I happen to be at Walmart, so I'm like, you know.
Yep, exactly.
I did go to Food Basics afterwards, but that's where I went to grab the beer that I'm drinking. So.
Right.
Most likely, I'll have Wi-Fi on the cruise, so Bulkster might have to make a special appearance.
We would love it. We would love it.
From the shores of Cozumel, Mexico.
Okay, so
Wonderful.
So you'll be the second member of the Turnbuckle Studios family that's been to Cozumel this year.
Yep.
Because
Carl was there in January.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
we
it was.
booked our first cruise. We're excited. We're going to. We leave out of Port Canaveral. Oh, not Port. Fort Lauderdale.
Yep.
Then we will be going to Cozumel, and then Belize City, and then another place. It's like Montego Bay. It had like a list of things. It's called Roatan or whatever, but it said, and then back home, seven night.
Who's the cruise with?
Princess Cruises.
Okay.
Yep. Same company that does Jericho's.
Yep.
Oh, Princess does? Okay.
Yep.
We went through a travel agent to help us for the first. Usually, I book my vacations if it's in the States, but with it being something new like this, I wanted to have some additional help.
Right.
Because I would have been like, if you would have said you're booking through Royal Caribbean and you're going on the Icon of the Seas, I would have told you to get out.
No, we're my cousins go on princesses all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and they highly recommend them, especially since
Oh no, I wouldn't have told you to get out in the bad way. I would
oh
have told you to get out in the good way, because that is one, the Icon of the Seas from Royal Caribbean is one ship I want to go on.
oh
Yeah, it is the new world's largest cruise ship.
Yeah.
okay.
I believe it is 10 times the size of the Titanic.
Yep. It is
We
basically a floating city.
we got with it being our first cruise, we got a deluxe balcony.
You have to go all out on that first cruise.
15th deck 15, which is the upper deck. So he said that's
Mhm.
nice. Middle of the ship, not close, not in front of the, not close to the elevators, but not right beside them. And it is costing us $3,000
Each
That's
or,
it.
or total?
total. That's for both of us.
For the
1,500 a piece.
Damn.
that's wow.
Nice.
I said now that doesn't include our drink package. We're gonna get a drink pack, like not the. I said we don't drink alcohol, so I need
Mhm.
like a soda and water and juice, and they have one, but it's just we have to book that separately, which we can do after the fact. We just basically book the
Yeah.
cruise, and then the extras we can.
You can book
Right.
that while you're on the ship, if I'm not mistaken.
He was in the middle. We like I said I had we had a little appointment with him. He was talking about it. That's when we booked it, and then started looking at flights. And he's been looking. He's like, well, let me look over the weekend, and I'll get back with you Monday. We'll book flights then, and then figure out what you're gonna stay in Fort Lauderdale, because we'll get there a day early, stay the night in Fort Lauderdale, and then go to the boat the next day. And we went right next door, a couple doors down, to eat at a in-town restaurant. And next thing I get a phone call from him. I'm like, hello? And he said, man, I had to call you. I found a flight that we need if we need a snatch on this, because he'll call me before he bills my credit card or books the flight.
Right.
So anytime he said, because briefly we found a flight for both of us for like almost 1,400. He's like, oh, that's kind of pricey, 700 a person for.
Right.
So we started looking, and we found some flights that were about 1,000, but it was like 3 connecting flights. But then he
Right.
called me. He was like, hey, I found one that goes from South Bend, which is only an hour away from me, and we can park there. It ain't parking that be that much for the week. And he got his flights for both ways for $800 for both of us.
Nice. That's awesome.
So I said, yeah, that sounds like a perfect. So Monday he's going to now look for hotels and stuff in Fort Lauderdale for our night that we get there. And then after that, all we have to do is worry about, he's going to help us book excursions, because we want to do, things when we get off the boat.
Right.
And so far I've found out that he can save us quite a bit of money. He only charges us, his booking fees about is $150 each. So we pay $300 for him to do all the research and do everything for us.
Nice. So we have been back to action here now for about 60 seconds on our screen, and Champa turning things around.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, there I saw that pan camera shot this time, that they do around the ringside, but they did something a bit different that not the normal eye in the film industry would notice, but that I did notice. They used a fisheye lens on that shot.
Okay, and what is a fisheye lens?
Okay, so a fisheye lens kind of makes things look smaller off in the distance and
Okay.
bigger up closer. So you'll know if you go back and watch that shot, you'll notice that it looked like the ring was smaller compared to what we were seeing in the foreground.
Okay.
That's basically what a fisheye lens does. I thought it was really interesting.
Oh no. I get a lot of buffering on my end, but
Yeah, I haven't buffered yet tonight, so I'm hoping. So as we had a
I've buffered several
fantastic,
times.
as
I've
we
buffered
had
several
a
times on here, but not on TV.
right, we had a fantastic discussion on the boar's nest last night. And Bulkster, again, thank you for joining us. We understand that circumstances happen. We know that the chloroform you used to have let the wife take a nap didn't really hold off for the full show. Oops, did I say that out loud?
she was at bingo and she was on her way home. So she's and typically it's an hour show, so I was a little bit over. So she was
Right.
calling in.
Yeah, those open mic nights go for like almost 2 to 3 hours now.
Yeah. No, well, we cut off at 2 hours and then Parish Best and I continued the discussion. But most of it was around the TNA NXT WWE crossover. And then I watched TNA last night, and they announced that at Against All Odds, which is their next Impact Plus special, Jordan Grace is facing a mystery opponent. Go
Are you
ahead,
guys? I was gonna say, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? A little bit of dissension with A-Town Down Under.
What did he say? What did he say so bad about Austin?
I don't know, but they were.
I couldn't make out everything he was saying to Wade Barrett.
They were arguing with one another, and now we have a winner in Tommaso Ciampa. Speaking of Tyson, now news on the forefront for the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. That fight has now been delayed.
I'm guessing that has something to do with Mike Tyson's health issue on a plane last week.
He had a flare up with his ulcers.
He said that something about he took the rot. He's the reason that Austin Theory's. Oh, here we go.
Okay, so now we get a women's tag team match as opposed to the match.
Oh, yeah, there's the man.
All right, sorry, OMD, you were saying. I was trying to listen to what LA Knight had to say.
Said so now we are getting a women's tag team match instead of the one-on-one that we were initially slated for.
With Bayley and Piper, right?
Yes, it is now going to be Naomi and Bayley versus Chelsea and Piper.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that gives something for Naomi to do right now. She's kind of in between storylines at this moment.
Yeah, but as they built up to that, it looks like they're leading to a Naomi Blair Davenport, which I'm okay with. But they need to give Naomi something and give her some momentum because she has just come back and been an enhancement talent.
But it's not a bad thing to be there to put over somebody like Blair Davenport, someone who's got that experience, a former women's tag team champion, a former Raw champion, a former SmackDown champion. I believe she also had too.
Yes.
Somebody got to do it.
She's got that pedigree. She's got that experience that she can do it. And it wouldn't affect her stance on the SmackDown card.
Her current gimmick, she needs to drop it and go either dark, be a bad person, change her whole thing.
Right.
Her face personality doesn't really make me want her to be a champion, go for a championship or nothing.
Right.
So
I'm thinking the one way that, again, you can enhance Naomi as the babyface, because you do have Nia Jax solidified in that heel role.
Right.
And again, it is the bloodline factor. When Jimmy comes back, you have her start teaming with him.
Yeah.
And then, maybe you add Nia as the female enforcer on Solo's side, leading to the OG bloodline reuniting possibly after SummerSlam.
I'm invested in hearing what AJ has to say.
Yes, you and me both.
I feel it's going to be a swerve, but
Oh, I have a feeling he's going to interrupt Cody to get his time.
I'm kind of on that side too right now, OMD, because he did encounter Nick Aldis last week, said he wanted another shot. Aldis said it's not in the cards right now. But AJ's going to take matters into his own hands and force it to happen.
Yep.
Well, they're trying to pull this whole retirement thing. Wonder if it'd be like one of those Mark Henry retirement things where somebody's going to confront AJ and then AJ's going to.
Speaking of Mark Henry, you guys need to go onto YouTube, look up the Undertaker's podcast, and listen to his interview with Mark Henry. Yeah, it is just fantastic.
I listened to the clip about him saying he was about ready to kill the Click.
Listen to the whole thing, man. It's awesome.
Taker's just laughing.
Dude, I was in the middle of Walmart doing grocery shopping, and then they started pulling out the Owen Hart stories. And I'm like, uh-oh. Right in the middle of the story, I fucking burst out laughing with the stories they had about Owen.
I heard some of those. Heard the one about the farm animals.
Yeah.
So Bubba's been working really hard at his job, and it is doing good for him, I guess, probably, most likely.
Yep.
AJ Styles addresses his future tonight.
We ain't there yet. Now we get it.
Yeah. Well, it was just a graphic card. It wasn't necessarily a spoiler.
Oh, it's even showing some older pictures of him.
Yeah, it showed pictures from him back when he was in WCW. If anybody can actually remember that.
Very vaguely, because it was a one-off appearance.
Yeah, it was like 1 or 2 matches he had.
Yeah.
He literally got signed, and then 2 weeks later, WCW got bought out. Like, if I were WCW and I knew that they were going into the crapper and that they were getting ready to close down, I don't think I would have been signing anybody.
No. Not at all.
Slow. So since we got the QR code, we won't get any more thing about the Wyatt 6 tonight.
No, but apparently on Mondays it sort of revealed the date of June 17th, which is 2 nights after Clash at the Castle.
Okay, so we got I have LA Knight leaving Aldis's dressing room.
Okay, I'm sure Bulkster and I are still at the wrapping up of the highlights.
Highlights. Cody standing tall. And now LA Knight leaving.
Yep.
He's my hero.
I'm your hero.
You need to get some shades like him.
I'll be your hero.
Oh yeah. Creep. Yeah, he messed up.
I'm calling it now. LA Knight is your next United States champion. And we got Apollo Crews, and he's about to drop.
Yep, and I'm going to call it that LA Knight does it in Cleveland at SummerSlam.
I loved how he saved Carmelo. Yeah, it is. Carmelo when he accidentally said L.A. instead of Logan, and he had a. Before he said that, I was like, "Wait, what's going on?" Oh, hey, Apollo Crews, nice to see you. Who are you gonna lose to?
Andrade.
Yep. Welcome to the main roster.
No, Andrade returned. He was on Raw, but he only wrestled like 4 matches.
Yeah,
Well, I'm talking about Apollo Crews.
Oh, yeah.
He's usually stuck on main event or something.
Andrade is still my pick for the men's Money in the Bank.
I'm still going LA Knight on that.
Do you think he'll join Legado or he'll be an enemy?
Enemy.
Yeah, I think he needs to stay away from the Legado del Fantasma thing for the time being, because right now we need to establish him as a star on SmackDown before giving him something meaty like a feud with
He doesn't
Santos.
want to be he doesn't want to be a minion. He wants to be the main.
Yeah.
Mhm. Give him a few of these matches, like right now, the one he's got right with Apollo Crews. Do that for about a month so that you can establish his name, who he is, and then move him on to fight Santos or
Yeah.
whomever, you know?
But it is nice to actually get Apollo Crews back on our screens because, you know, he's a guy that we don't see very often. It's nice to see him get some TV time. And
Right. And I'm going to just correct this and say you guys don't see him that often because I still see him on main event every week.
right. I do
But-
watch main event on occasion.
Yeah, for me, when I watch main event, it's more or less it's on in the background. They do have some decent matches on there sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's on in the background. It's wrestling. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see some wrestlers on that show that you haven't seen in a little while, you know.
Yeah.
And it's also nice to see because sometimes they'll have NXT wrestlers on there, so it's kind of interesting to see those NXT stars in a main roster setting to a certain extent. Like last week, they had Ariana Grace in a match there, and
Nice.
I thought that was interesting to see that. So the Edmonton Dallas game has just started.
And it's 1-0 for Dallas in the opening minute on their first shot of the game.
Isn't
No, it
hockey
isn't
over
actually.
with? Ain't the hockey season over with?
It is or it isn't, Chris? Sorry.
No, it isn't.
They're only in the conference finals. It's kind of like basketball, which are just starting the finals.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, even here's the thing: like, yes, I realize that both series are going to at least 6 games. But during the Cup final, which will start on the 8th of June, as was announced today, until the 26th of June, because there are 3 separate 3-day breaks if required.
Terry, I gotta ask you because I've been wondering this. Other than pro wrestling, what is your favorite sport to watch?
I don't watch any other sport.
Oh, okay. I was always wondering that.
He likes the golf.
Golf is all right.
I don't watch any other sports. Never really was into it. I'll watch the Super Bowl. I mean, I know the rules of the sports. I just don't have no
patience.
If I find out, I'm one of these people that if I'll find out who your favorite team is, then I'm going to find out how I can pick on you because they're the worst team ever, even though I don't have a favorite team.
Well, all you got to do with OMD is Toronto getting eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Or for me, you could be like Montreal Canadiens. They don't even know what the playoffs are these days.
Yeah.
That's why I thought that was funny when I first met OMD. I kind of picked on his pillow and asked him, even though I knew what it was, he went on a break to the bathroom, and I said, "Hey guys, wait till he comes back. I'm going to ask him if that's a pot leaf on his pillow." Your face was like, "No, that's the Toronto Maple Leafs." Oh, okay. They actually play hockey still?
They still exist. They just don't do anything in the playoffs.
Okay, I'm going to preface this, and I'm going to actually come to the defense of the Leafs. Most of the time when they get eliminated in the first round, it's because of Boston.
Yep.
And the same can be said for my Blue Jays. They get eliminated in the first round every year, too. They get eliminated in the fucking wild card round, which is before the first round.
Yes, by Seattle.
Yeah. Or the Red Sox. The Red Sox are a thorn in our side most of
Oh.
these days, most of this time too.
As long as I have been watching baseball, the Red Sox have been a thorn in the Jays' side. Even before I became an Astros fan, and even going back to their World Series wins 25, 30 years ago,
Right.
the Red Sox were a thorn in their side. I just cannot get behind any team from Boston.
Yeah.
So I would never sign with Boston as a free agent. Even if I was in the WWE, Boston would be on my no-go list.
Oh, he's gonna do the leg.
OMD, you're going to be headlining WrestleMania in Boston.
Nope.
That's a big paycheck you'd be missing out on, dude.
I know. Because they probably booked me against some doofus like Dwayne.
That's an even bigger paycheck you're missing out on.
So I wonder why Angel is by himself doing this recruiting thing.
Probably a build-up. Next week, it's probably going to be Berto.
And eventually it'll be Andrade versus Santos because he's like,
I really hate that they call him Birdo now.
Right?
It sounds like a Sesame Street Muppet name.
Beaker.
Beaker is actually my most favorite Muppet. So.
I like the chef.
If they're going to do just Berto, then they need to do change Angel to Angelo or Angelo.
Oh. Yep, there we go. Man, that elbow, even though it looks like it's an accident, that's his move. Okay.
Got the finish.
Got the finish, too. Same time you had yours. We finished at the same time.
I really don't need to know about when you finish, and I sure as hell don't want you finishing with me.
And I'm the one drinking the juicy ass here.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, this is what happens when the security detail is left to their own devices in the locker room area and not out on patrol.
We don't have Bubba's supervision.
This is the inmates running the asylum.
You and I are the fucking game warden here, dude.
I know.
Bubba's the unseen supervisor that is no longer around right now at the moment. He's working. Oh, they just walked right by him. He's not happy. Yeah. Santos doesn't want him to be an enemy. He wants him to be an ally.
Yes.
And it's one of those things. If you're not with us, you're against us.
You got it.
So my eyes were slightly playing tricks on me. I'm sitting here watching Solo beating up on Randy Orton, and he's got that red shirt on with the black pants, and I can't help but think he looks like a member of Chase U.
See,
I think we said that before.
See, the way he's done it, it almost reminds me of the Wolfpack, but then he's also got that glove that reminds me of, what Killer Cross used to be.
Mm-hmm. Right, but if you look at like how quickly he was doing that and how bright that red shirt is,
yeah,
it definitely looked like he was a member of Chase U.
I get exactly where you're coming from.
In my head, understand you down with me. It's down for me.
Although I gotta say, I do like personally when it comes to suits, I am a red shirt, black pants, black overcoat kind of guy.
I don't know. Buffering. It's
Right in the middle of the
quite a
Paul
bit.
Heyman promo.
Yeah, I'm
That-
buffering like right in the middle of it.
That fucking sucks.
There we go. Yep.
Still no score in the Edmonton Dallas game. We're about halfway through the first period right now. Oh. We got somebody on his way to the ring looking for a fight.
You better go out and fix this now. Who's we? How's he supposed to fix Kevin Owens?
You don't fix Kevin Owens. He's a Quebecois Canadian.
And he's still wearing the RKO thing, so they must be doing something with him and Randy.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I could absolutely see that at the PLE as well.
Them two versus the brothers, the bloodline
Tama
brothers.
and Tonga. Yeah, Tama and Tonga.
I'm going to go out
Yeah.
on a limb and say it's Randy Orton KO and a third person, I'm not sure who, in a 6-man tag. I think I'd be cool with that.
Okay.
I'd probably say Cody and Solo.
No, I think I know exactly where they're going to go with that one.
Well, I think we're getting Kodo's. We're getting Cody's next challenger tonight.
Yes, we are. I think
Who's that?
We don't know. It just only
Oh.
said Cody makes an appearance, and I'm like, when I read that, I'm like, we're getting Cody's next challenger tonight.
Yeah, no, I think, in all honesty, because there was somebody that was spotted in Jeddah. Now, he did not make an appearance there, but it's somebody who was unceremoniously taken out by Tama Tonga.
You're talking about Jimmy.
I am. Or do you bring Jay over from Raw for a 6-man tag? Because he teamed with both of those guys at Survivor Series.
See, I don't know if you do that because I feel like it'd be too soon from the draft still.
Right?
Yeah, I wouldn't want that to happen. That would just. I always hated that when they discontinue the draft after a few weeks. I would rather just figure something out on SmackDown.
And besides, we just had a Raw versus SmackDown match at the King and Queen of the Ring with Randy and Gunther, which I don't expect to see Randy out right now because I guarantee you Randy's got to rest that chest.
Yeah. All right. But if you gentlemen will excuse me for a moment.
We've got ourselves a locker room visit coming from one OMD.
All righty then.
Right now, we got our pal Scott Stanford promoting Raw coming to Calgary. SmackDown going to be taking place in Edmonton. Terry, I think I've asked you this before, but do you get these kind of like these are the events coming to your area when you watch? I froze up, didn't I?
I made out a little bit of that because you kind of cut out. You said something about, do you get the little...
Yeah, I was just wondering because I was wondering like because we get these like special events that are coming to Canada on these commercial breaks. Do you get that too? Do you get like somebody coming on and saying, "Hey, these are the events that are coming to your area," and they're like Raw, SmackDown, you know?
Yeah, they'll do them on the like a ticker sometimes.
Yeah.
Special. Yeah,
But I mean, like you don't get them like during the commercial break like we do.
No. Sometimes it's like right at the end, like before they go on the commercial or right before they, but but it's not very often. We don't get anything special like that through the commercial.
Used to be that way in the 80s because I remember like the way we had to watch WWF in the 80s was we had to watch it off the American feeds. So like we'd get Sean Mooney coming in and being like, oh yeah, the WWF is going to be in Boston and this is the matchups you're going to see. Used to make me freaking
Wasn't
jealous.
Clash of the Castle? Wasn't that Solo's debut
on the main roster? Yes, it was.
Watch that one be the debut of
was it
the other guy that's on the Bloodline?
That was his main roster debut when he joined the Bloodline.
Because I watched Clash at the Castle yesterday, and just the way they were talking about him didn't make it feel like that.
Because he interfered in Roman Reigns' match.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that was his.
Oh, look at that. Apollo Crews is getting some time. Oh, look at that.
Apollo Crews.
Look at that. Okay, this is what I see in the future. They will like try to team up and beat up Apollo Crews, and Andrade will come out for the save.
Okay, so while we got KO me cutting this promo here, I just got to say, man, I got these cookies for free that I'm eating tonight. They're Pokemon cookies, but they are friggin' good.
And in this case, you got to eat them all.
What is up, Mr. Chris Parrish coming in?
Parrish, what's going on, brother?
Eric.
OMD, what's so interesting on your phone?
I am reading an article about like a bunch of players, what they've had to say about Mike Babcock.
Oh, okay. So you're reading something from 6 years ago. So pay attention to what's going on in the ring now.
I am.
I'm just fucking with you, brother. Because right now we got Paul Heyman. He's cutting a pretty freaking good promo right now. Yeah. Mm. The promo's so good, it's even got my cat watching it. Edmonton just scored. It's 1-0. Oh, Nugent Hopkins got the goal. Is it me or is it if they made another Batman movie and they needed somebody else to play the Penguin, that Paul Heyman would be perfect for that role? Paul, you better do what Bray has been saying and run.
Damn. He just threw his mic accidentally, or hit him with the mic.
Yeah, he got a little overzealous and he kind of slapped KO in. KO obviously took exception to that. Okay, I mean, I knew we were getting the tag match coming up. I didn't expect that KO was gonna get these guys to come and help him though at the same time. You know what I mean?
We're not there yet.
Well, yeah, but you already know it's coming for the tag match later, so.
So my guess is this tag match is going to come up next. But what a promo from Heyman and Owens! What would you
It was
expect?
fire. I mean, the emotion drawn from the both of them, you know.
Bulkster?
I think it's interesting. I was looking. I'm liking the gear that Street Profits are wearing. It kind of matches KO. It just has that, I don't know, the black and the red. And, I don't know. They just look like a team. Black and gold, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
Where Bobby's at?
Bobby's hurt, is he not?
Oh, yes. Bobby's fragile. Bobby.
Fragile Bobby. He shares a hospital bed in the same room as I do when I'm there now, because I practically live there when I'm not home these days.
Right? How's the knee feeling tonight, anyways, brother?
Sore a little bit because of all the traveling I had to do today.
Right.
But this is actually calming it down a little bit. I tried to be as light as I could on it today while I was out, though, at the same time.
Right.
But it's a little bit difficult when you got our city roads, because our city roads suck.
Yep.
I tried to make my trips as short as possible, is what I'm saying.
Right. Don't we all?
Mm-hmm.
Especially as men, we go in, get what we need, and get out.
Yep.
That's
literally how it was for me at Best Buy when I went to go get my controller. I'm like, okay, do you guys have PS4 controllers in stock? She's like, yep. She showed me the colors they have. I wanted to get the midnight blue one, which is the one I have. And she's like, is there anything else I could help you shop for? I'm like, nope, just want the controller. And where is your public bathroom? That's all I wanted to do when I was there.
Right.
Now, it was a different story when I went to the next stop, which was the cannabis store. I'm just going
Right.
to say it anyways. So,
Cool fact, I heard that batteries were made in
because I didn't know exactly what I wanted for my cannabis needs there. Sorry, I froze up again. I saw a strain that I used to enjoy that they don't make anymore. So I'm like, I asked because I saw it on like the display, right? I asked if they had any in stock. They were like, we usually do, but it's a very popular strain. We can, however, and I stopped her right there because I knew she was going to go into a diatribe for all the other ones that I could try out. I'm like, I already know another strain. I that works for me. I'm going to get that one. And I don't condone the use of it recreationally, I guess you could say, or even talking about it on the stream.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, well, I do too, but only if you're legal. Only if you're legal age to purchase it in Canada.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but I use it to help with my anxiety. That's what I do. That's what I use it for, and it works like a motherfucker. You know. But right now we've got ourselves a tag team match that on paper, when I saw this, I'm like, yes, give me this. This is going to be an exciting match.
As they are now listed as the former Gorillas of Destiny.
Oh, that they actually said that?
Yep.
Cool.
When I read about the match, yes, the tag team formerly known as the Gorillas of Destiny.
Okay, but did you read that on like the WWE website?
No.
Okay. I thought it was like Corey Graves and Wade Barrett were saying. I know Wade Barrett would have said something like that.
Yep.
Because I'm sure Wade Barrett probably knew them as that. Sorry, I was just looking at the percentage of for the PK for Edmonton, and it's a staggering 93.2%. That's insane.
They are talking about their record IWGP.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Tag titles and
yeah. They had a fantastic run with those titles, by the way.
Yes, they did.
Now, here's my question. Do we see Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa eventually go after the tag belts?
Absolutely.
On SmackDown?
Absolutely.
Do we see them maybe holding the tag titles, let's say at the end of the year, by the end of the year?
Probably not. Not unless they cross paths with the tag champs of some kind.
I'm going to say probably because, I mean, at some point they're going to earn the tag title shot, whether it's going to be A-Town Down Under, as we saw the dissension there earlier, whether it's DIY, whether it's the Street Profits.
Well, yeah, because right now they are taking on the number one contenders to A-Town Down Under's tag team titles.
Yeah.
Or one of the number one contenders. I'm sorry. DIY has that distinction, I think. One of the top contenders to the tag titles, I should say.
Oh, this is a tag match. I thought it was a 6-man.
No.
No, KO just kind of vanished on us.
Now mine's buffering in the match.
Yep.
But
I also do not see Solo at ringside.
Did they brawl to the back on us?
They did. And then they were into the crowd, and then we went to commercial break. So I will not be surprised if there is more chaos in the back post-match.
I feel like then, I feel like then at this point, maybe that's the 6-man tag that we get is the Street Profits and KO taking on the Bloodline.
If they go that route, yes.
It'd be a nice rub for the Street Profits because let's face it, at this point, I know I just said that they are one of the top contenders for the tag belts, but they kind of need a little bit of a rub for that, you know?
They do. But I could also just see it being a straight up tag match, Orton and Owens versus Tama and Tonga.
Mm-hmm. I like how you said Tama and Tonga when it could be Tama Tonga. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You guys gotta learn how to whisper your spots a little bit more there. Just gotta say.
You know, the other thing that would be really interesting to see.
What's that?
And let's add a little bit of New Japan history as to who could come out and challenge Tama and Tonga. What about getting their former stablemates in Gallows and Anderson?
That would be cool, but I thought you were gonna go New Japan deep and go with Evil. I'm like, I started getting a grin thinking about Evil coming to WWE, and I'm like, yes, give me that.
As cool as that would be, no, I'm thinking that's why I said stablemates.
Yeah,
as they were all founding members.
this is true.
Could you also see
Basically, holy shit, all the founding members of the Bullet Club are in WWE right now.
Yes, they are.
I didn't even think about that.
Who are all they?
Finn Balor,
Gallows and Anderson.
Gallows and Anderson, and Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa.
Oh, okay.
And that was then taken over when
Was
Finn
that
Balor,
before AJ or before Cody?
when
Way
Finn
before.
Balor left to come to WWE. That's when AJ went and took over,
Yeah.
Okay.
which was why you had the OC. Even though TNA had, or Impact at the time, did have the Bullet Club with Chris Bay, Ace Austin, and Jay White for a brief bit. Now you've got the Bang Bang Gang, as they were originally known in AEW as Bullet Club Gold.
There's one thing I like about New Japan and the way they run their stables. They treat their stables almost as if they are their own organizations, all uniting to wrestle for New Japan.
Yep.
I kind of like that. I really do.
And the other thing that I like about their stables over there too is they're not afraid to let stablemate face stablemate without it turning into, you know, this guy's on this guy's side, this guy's on this guy's side.
Mm-hmm.
They'd let it go as competitor versus competitor.
I kind of notice how they treat the stables like that. And I was going to say, and Edmonton scored again, but we're in intermission. They're showing highlights. I kind of noticed that they treat their stables like they're their own organizations when playing Fire Pro Wrestling, because when you play Fire Pro Wrestling, you go through a career mode while in New Japan, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, PlayStation Plus games for this next month. You can actually play AEW.
Yes.
Yep. And that's a good segue into the PlayStation games that I'm going to be doing for the Boar's Nest. AEW Fight Forever is going to be one of those games.
Yes, we are anxious. I'm really disappointed for you guys that you guys cannot do cross-platform between PS4 and PS5.
Some games there is some games out there. I don't know which ones. I think it's more online games, like massive online games that some mix.
Right, but like
games that.
Because I know there was a lot of times when we first started this that Bubba, I'd play on my old console when it was out in the living room. And I'd be playing online with Bubba, and he was on the newer console.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried several times to, because my brother and I we're both into Call of Duty, and we tried a couple of times to see if him on his PS5, me and my PS4 could play Call of Duty matches together, but just couldn't happen.
Right.
Right now, we got ourselves a fantastic match, and I got to give props to BFAB lately. Um, I prior to her becoming joining uh, Bobby Lashley's The Pride, I just couldn't get behind her, but I'm starting to enjoy her as a manager now.
You know what? I was behind her. Like, even when they gave her her first match in NXT and she
Yeah.
was green, she looked good. They gave her a lot of practice. They gave her a lot of reps to go for that match. But I mean, she was always doing good. It was that the WWE didn't know what to do with her, with Ashante, with Flop Dollar.
Okay, so once again, we're mentioning AJ Francis. AJ Francis is in the feud with, say his name and he appears, Joe Hendry. And I got to interrupt you just for a minute because of something I saw on Twitter from Joe Hendry, and this goes back to our discussion last night. Okay. Joe Hendry had an interaction with the New Day over Twitter about doing something together.
Nice. Well, Joe Hendry is also feuding now with the group in TNA known as The System, which consists of the World Heavyweight Champion Moose, the TNA Tag Team Champions Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, and one half of the TNA Women's or Knockouts Tag Team Champions, Alicia Edwards. So Joe Hendry could use some backup.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking he could use somebody to come and help him just fight.
Got ourselves a very dominant finish right now. You guys will see in just a moment.
Yeah, I just got the finish.
I'm just like not impressed with his finishing move though.
No, it's not great.
Yeah, it does need to be changed, and I would like to see, because Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, they were a tag team in New Japan. Why not bring some of their tag team activities to the WWE? They had a tag team finisher there. I can't remember what it was, but why not do it over here, As we're looking at right now, I got highlights from the women's tag team title match from last Saturday.
I'm getting to that right now, yeah.
I like that the whole routine there for that finishing move. Sheamus and Zoe.
Sometimes I tend to forget just how jacked Jade Cargill actually is. And that's all natural. Like, that's not like she's not taking any supplements of any kind. 25 minutes after the first hour. Are we getting our main event right now? Oh, no. We still got AJ Styles and Cody to do their thing, or whichever thing is coming. But here's my favorite thing right now: as I'm looking at Bayley and Naomi make their way to the ring, Bayley selling what happened to her earlier tonight. I like that.
How is she selling it? Because I'm either not there yet or I don't see it yet.
She's slightly grabbing at her chest and everything like that, and she's
Okay,
kind
I
of
just seen
still
her grab her
wincing
neck.
as she walks. Yeah,
I
she's
just seen
wincing
her
as
grab her neck.
she walks the ring. She grabs her neck every once in a while. It's the little things like that that I like.
Yeah. The subtleties.
Mm-hmm. And it's something that I think that, let's say I was Lyra Valkyria, right? Coming out on Raw after my match with Nia Jax, because I don't think she did it when she came to the ring.
Next Sunday.
But selling the bonsai drop when she came to the ring, I think she could have done that a little bit more on Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now we are seeing a commercial in Canada for one of Carl's least favorite dishes, which he might as well hand in his Canadian card. He does not like craft dinner.
Craft dinner.
Yes. Mac and cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, craft mac and cheese for you guys in the States.
Okay. Does he not like just mac and cheese in general, or just Kraft mac and cheese?
Kraft mac and cheese. I've seen him eat real mac and cheese.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I have a friend that just despises mac and cheese. PTSD from childhood, always eating it.
You
Dude,
know what? There's a lot of foods that I have that now I will not eat because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he just doesn't like the texture of it. He doesn't like any mac and cheese. He won't eat it nowhere.
I guess I'm the outlier in this one because I just appreciate everything that my grandparents and my mom had cooked for me as a child growing up, you know?
Yeah. No, like now from eating them so many as a kid, I will not eat pancakes.
Oh,
There is a part of me that will agree with you on that one, OMD, because I've been to your camp before. I've had your mom's pancakes. Not knocking your mom because I love her to death, but those pancakes weren't the best.
No. But like now, like I can't go to a restaurant and order pancakes. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't go to IHOP?
I'm
No,
with
when I go to IHOP, and yes, I do go to IHOP when I'm in the States.
I'm with OMD on this one though. I really am. I'm not a pancake guy myself, so
I mean, even the last time I was there, we were like the poor waitress that was dealing with our Canadian asses. We were literally telling her to Samuel L. Jackson us. So we're like, like when you bring us the bill, just slap it down and say, "What's in your wallet, motherfucker?" And I don't even remember what I had because that was so long ago.
But here's the thing: in Pulp Fiction, they did not go to they didn't go to an IHOP. They went to a Waffle House.
Yep.
Oh shoot.
But no, I'm with OMD too. Anytime I go to a breakfast restaurant that's primary dish is pancakes, I'm not ordering pancakes. I'm ordering bacon and eggs or something like that.
Yep.
You guys got breaded tenderloins up there?
Yep. Oh yeah.
That's like an Indiana Hoosier thing.
It was on sale at Walmart. I almost bought a pack today.
I'll bread my tenderloins.
I'm talking like the big. I mean, these things are bigger than the bun type tenderloins. I don't know if you've had an Indiana tenderloin.
No, I've never been to Indiana.
Dude, I'm trying to enjoy my beer here, and you almost made me choke. I almost choked on it. Oh,
I don't
geez.
need to know what you're choking on, Best.
I'm choking on the juicy ass. Okay. um, how big? How big are these breaded tenderloins? Terry, would you say? As I wait for an answer from Terry.
That's funny. Don't step to me. Yeah, Nation's gonna get squashed.
Terry, you gonna answer my question or not?
Okay. What was your question?
I was wondering, because you said these tenderloins from Indiana are huge. Like, how big
Yeah,
are we
they're
talking about?
We're talking like, say you have a normal hamburger bun. You would have to tear this thing in quarters. It'll fit on the bun. A quarter of it would fit on the bun, but the bun sits in the thing, and then you have like overlap tenderloin because they hammer it down. They hammer this tenderloin to make it like,
Yeah,
but they're delicious.
that sounds pretty puny from the tenderloins I used to cook, actually. So we got this restaurant. We got this grocery store here called Pino's Grocery. If you
Yeah.
you can buy a pork tenderloin there that's nord of a lie the size of my thigh there. They are huge. I used to buy them actually and cut them up and make my own pork chops off of them.
But yeah, we call them breaded tenderloins, and
Yeah.
they're kind of a big thing here in the Midwest.
It honestly sounds like something I would enjoy, to be honest with you.
Oh, you try one, you'll be like, okay, these are really good.
Look, if you want to go try Bulkster's loins, that's all between you guys.
Hey, you're coming with me, brother.
Smothered loins.
Okay, so this is something else I'm starting to enjoy because we didn't really see it much over on Raw, but right now, just looking at Chelsea Green, she's got the blue and black on, as does Piper Niven. I'm liking the fact that they're finally starting to look like a team.
Yes, I'm with you 100%.
I like that Chelsea's wearing her nightgown, or not nightgown, nightwear.
Well, she's got to tease Matt Cardona somehow.
That's right.
That's the other thing I'm kind of excited about with once Cardona becomes healthy again. If this TNA WWE deal is still going within like a year, because that's how long he's expected to be out. But it would be nice to see Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona share the screen at least once, you know?
In the WWE, they did do it in TNA.
Yeah.
While Cardona was teaming with Myers again, as the major players.
And that's when Joe Hendry made fun of them.
Yep.
Edge's bitches, as he called them.
Yep. Now they're Adam's bitch.
Yep. It's actually been a very enjoyable episode of SmackDown tonight.
It absolutely has. It has flowed very well. It has been intriguing.
It's setting the tone for what we can expect now, because right now it feels like the King and Queen of the Ring wrapped up a few storylines, you know. it feels like this show is starting to set the tone for what to expect out of the summer
Absolutely.
as a whole.
Absolutely.
Because we had Nia Jax at the start saying, "Hey, Bayley, I know you've got some title defenses coming up, but I'm lurking in the shadows." You know.
Yep. And then leading up through at least through SummerSlam is my guess.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them start. Maybe they'll do it after Clash at the Castle, start building for Bash in Berlin.
Yeah.
You guys got a place up by you guys called Crumble Cookie?
I don't think so.
No.
Man. It's a place that makes like gourmet cookies. These cookies are like super huge, but so tender and so they're good. But they're expensive.
When it comes to for me particularly, when it comes to a restaurant where I want to enjoy some sweets, we got a little place downtown called Beaver Tails that I really like going to.
Yes. Actually, the owner of that I went to elementary school with.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He's set up in such a really fucking awesome place. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, he is.
So where he's set up, Bulkster, we have an outdoor concert venue downtown called the Pavilion.
Okay.
We call it the Bondar Tent because it was dedicated to Roberta Bondar, who was our first female astronaut, or the first Canadian female astronaut. So kind of a big deal, you know?
Yeah.
He's set up right inside that place. That place gets concerts nonstop, concerts, events, all kinds of things going on there. So that guy's making bank.
I'd go there to watch Nickelback.
Oh, yeah, Nickelback won't. I'll tell you right now, Nickelback won't come to our city. They tried. We tried to get Nickelback. They had the representative come and look at our arena. And this is the whole reason why we got our new arena too, OMD, because they went and looked at the Memorial Gardens and they were like, yeah, this arena is not fit for us. And that was the catalyst for us to get our new arena.
But yet we've had Theory of a Dead Man twice at the Princess.
I went to one of those, got to meet with the lead singer and drink with him.
We had Default at the Canadian.
Mm-hmm. All guys who are friends with Nickelback, by the way.
Nickelback played Sudbury.
Yeah, smaller arena than ours.
Yeah, but we got Motley Crue.
I'm at least a little. Oh, go ahead.
And we got Kiss.
Yes,
I am happy that I got to see at least my favorite band once, and that was Metallica.
Yep, I'm with you there. They are my favorite band of all time.
I wanted to go when they did Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton some years ago, and they broadcast that live on YouTube. That was really cool that they did that.
I got to see them many, many moons ago. The night before the Montreal riot.
Oh, wow. I've seen...
Is that when Guns N' Roses, I think it was supposed to open for them, and fucking Axl Rose went prima donna on everyone?
No, Axl played that show.
Yeah,
because that was the co-headlining tour. And a friend of mine and I decided to go out for coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Know where we wanted to go here. So we're in the truck. Next thing you know, Sudbury, nothing. Next thing you know, Perry Sound, Barrie. We wind up in downtown Toronto at a Starbucks. Yeah. Two guys get up. They leave 2 strips of paper about that long on their table, upside down. I flipped them over. They were tickets to the show that night. I'm like, dude, I don't care if we sleep in the truck, we're staying. So we scored free tickets to GNR Metallica.
Cool.
Metallica played first and GNR played second that night.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, that's awesome, but at the same time,
GNR played first.
Yeah.
my night in Toronto, and then Metallica headlined. The next night, Metallica opened and GNR headlined, but that was the night that the amp blew up and burnt Hetfield's arm. And
Oh, right, because Hetfield went to the hospital, and that's why Axl went prima donna on everyone.
yeah, because nobody was cheering for Guns N' Roses because they were still all upset about Metallica.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Disturbed a couple times, and I've seen Kid Rock.
I walked out on Kid Rock.
Walked out.
He was awful.
Yeah. I'm kind of with OMD on this one. I do enjoy Kid Rock, some of his tunes, but at the same time, I've heard him live. I watched him at Woodstock live. He's not the best.
Well, the show I was on, there was just so much going on. I don't know how. Maybe his show there was different, but we had midgets. We had people walking around like flame.
Wow.
It was
So
crazy.
I just got the finish.
Yeah.
To the match.
Yeah.
And we got a match announced for next week. Sorry, I got frozen up, but we just got the finish of the match. I think you guys at this point did too.
We got it.
But
We're
next
not
week,
showing
we're
us.
getting a match that I'm kind of interested in seeing, and for Jade Cargill and Indy Hartwell, I'm kind of interested. I'm intrigued. I kind of want to see that.
And then
Solo
Gargano
Sikoa
versus Waller.
Yeah, and there was another one that was announced too, but I missed that one.
Gargano versus Waller.
No, there was another one after the Gargano Waller that I saw.
Cruz
Apollo
versus Angel.
Oh, so another loss for Apollo.
It's my Bulkster's third eye is saying that.
And Solo anoints Tonga Loa next week.
Right now, AJ Styles is about to make his way to the ring, but LA Knight has stopped him, and I'm trying to watch the background just for anything suspicious. Oh, and there's Cody. He's looking all dapper. Oh, wow. Okay, I missed out on a lot with the Edmonton game, but they are up 3-0 now. They've got Dallas shaking in their skates right now. And they're dominating the shots.
Wonder why,
as usual.
If he's retiring, why he's doing it so quickly.
That's because.
And now he's bringing Gallows and Anderson with him.
Yeah, when he this whole story with we're not. Who knows?
I don't think he is. This is a ploy because of what he asked Nick Aldis for last week. You know.
Yeah.
This is a ploy to sucker somebody in for a shot.
We saw that little interaction between him and Cody.
I kind of wish he was wearing a salmon jacket, though.
But was that our appearance from Cody Rhodes tonight on SmackDown, that little backstage?
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think there's more to it.
I don't know. He only has 15 minutes.
But anyways,
but here's the thing, Bulkster. Usually when they end the show with a promo, something big is going to come out of it.
Yeah. But no, anyways, back to I walked out on Kid Rock because he literally tried to medley all of his songs and turned Only God Knows Why into an upbeat fast song instead of playing it as a ballad.
Oh, you don't do that. You don't do that with that song. That's a good song. Leave it alone.
So I didn't even stick around because his encore, like he headlined the entire festival. Like he closed the show Sunday night. And I walked out.
It's one of Kid Rock's few good songs. It was perfect enough. Don't touch it, you know?
And then I've seen Godsmack. This is back a long time ago.
Now,
Well, in about 6 weeks, I will be seeing Godsmack for the 4th time.
Cool.
Now, my favorite metal concert that I got to go to was Finger 11. Those guys fucking tore the house down.
Which one was that and which time?
At the tent, at the pavilion back in 03.
Okay. Way back.
Yep.
I saw
the album with One Thing had just come out. 3. Okay. That's the name of the album.
Yeah. Because I was actually at I didn't go to that CD release party. I was at the CD release party for The Grayest of Blue Skies.
Yeah. Another fantastic album, by the way.
Because my buddy's band, like I was living in Toronto with him. He and his brothers had a band and they got a call literally like 3 hours before saying, our opener backed out. Can you guys do the show?
All right. So we're back to the show here. But no, one of my favorite things, and I could tell that they were going into it, because I watched as the one guy, because they changed the guitars for like every song, right? And they grabbed the guitarist grabbed the one song, the one guitar, and immediately practiced notes for One Thing. And I turned to Meisner, who was with me, who went with me to the show, and I'm like, they're gonna be playing One Thing. Turn around, we'll watch the fireflies as they light up. And it was a packed house inside that tent. At least a good 2,000 people were inside there. And as soon as One Thing came on, the venue just darkened. It was dark enough outside as it was, and just seeing all those fireflies come up as he's belting out the tunes was just friggin' awesome, you know?
Right. I saw them a few years ago when they played the Machine Shop with I Mother Earth.
Now, I got to see Edwin, but not as I Mother Earth, because he came to Foggy Notions to play with Edwin in the Pressure. They did do I Mother Earth tunes from when he was there.
No, this was...
And
like, I bought tickets for this one, and we got an acoustic set with both bands before the actual show, and it was I Mother Earth with Edwin back on vocals.
And I gotta say, Edwin's live version of One More Astronaut is just, you know.
Of course, assume. Oh, sucks. I'm getting a lot of buffering now, of course, toward the end of the show. Cody's just coming out for me.
Of course, during a very emotional segment too, right?
Yeah. He's gonna jump Cody. Just guess.
Like I said, I think it would have been cool if AJ wore a salmon fucking coat as a little tribute to Mark Henry.
Yeah, I would have laughed too.
decision that you made, but what's more important is that I say this on behalf of myself, on behalf of the locker room, that you were a big pro for. Thank you very much, AJ Styles.
Yep, there. Yep.
I got it now.
I mean, it was pretty obvious. OMD, I got to assume you have it now too.
Yeah, it was bound to happen.
I'm just waiting to see if the OC get involved or if they don't.
They took off to the locker room. I watched as they did that. Oh no, they didn't. They're blocking the referees. You'll see that in just a second.
So I wonder if OC is going to turn heel, but Misham's going to be kind of having to make a decision.
More than likely, that's...
Dang, this is
No, that's going to be Cody stepping up and saying, "Hey, I'm going to put my belt on the line against these guys."
Dang. Well, that's the end of the show.
That is the end of
Yeah.
SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen, and what a show.
I mean, I knew at some point we had to go back to AJ, and I'm actually glad it didn't happen at Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, because I knew that you had at that point you had to do something with Logan Paul. You had to give him something big, because let's face it, the people in Saudi Arabia love Logan Paul. So I'm kind of glad that they essentially put AJ Styles on the back burner so that we can go back to this feud. And now that's where we're going, is we're going back to this feud. We're going to see this feud potentially wrap up, maybe, or continue. Who knows?
We'll probably see it at Clash of the Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if they're gonna sing the songs. But that's kind of, like I said, cool. Like I said, I'm excited. You know, it looks like LA Knight is going to be on this path of trying to call out Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And again, because
for the U.S. title.
Mm-hmm. And because Logan Paul, I mean, because of the fact that they are going to Scotland, you're going to want Logan Paul on that show. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've had as much fun watching this show as we've had bringing it to you. But before we go, we are going to hand out our socials, and let's see if I can find.
I've got them up here.
All right.
So let's start with you, Mr. Bulkstar. Where can those people find you?
Well, if you look at the little blue thing at the bottom of the screen, you
We
go
don't want to look at your
YouTube,
little blue thing.
and it's the Bulkster Show, and then at TikTok at the Bulkster Show. You find me both there, and I will like, subscribe, watch some videos, gaming videos, and the Raw review preview show.
Fantastic. Thank you, Bulkster. Mr. Best, hit him with what you got.
All right, you guys can look for me tomorrow night, youtube.com at CBS Entertainment, twitch.tv, CBS_entertainment, threads.net at CBS Films 83, facebook.com, chris.best83, tiktok.com at CBS Entertainment. Tomorrow night, Saturday Night Gaming, another episode of Uncharted 4 on its way. Monday nights, you can look for me 8 p.m. Eastern over at Turnbuckle Studios, which is where we're broadcasting from tonight as well. Where you can see me alongside OMD, alongside Chris Parrish, Carl Carafel, and the one and only Bubba Duke, as we do the Raw Patrol. And believe me, coming out of this SmackDown, there's going to be a lot of stuff to expect coming on Monday night. Tuesdays, 8:05 p.m. Eastern, you'll look for me and OMD and Carl Carafel as we do Turnbuckle Talk, where we will break down the news of the week that maybe not a lot of people have heard about. Friday nights before SmackDown, you can look for the latest episode of the WWE 2K24 My Rise, and then come back on over to Turnbuckle Studios, where you can catch me, OMD, and sometimes the Bulkster as we do the Smackdown Security Detail. Right, Mr. OMD, how about you, brother?
I am the OMD. And the people can find me on the Book of Faces, Daniel Harisic, HRYCYK, on Snapchat, One Man Dynamic, capitals on OM&D, on Twitch at OMD17, and on Discord at OMD6370. Visually, Mondays you can catch me at 7 with the Bulkster, with Bubba Duke, doing the Raw Preview Review Show. Then you can join me on Turnbuckle Studios with Carl Carafel, Chris Best, Chris Parrish, Bubba Duke, and a whole cast of wacky characters with the Raw Patrol. Tuesdays, as Mr. Best alluded to, at 8:05 with himself and Carl Carafel on Turnbuckle Talk. Thursdays with Bubba Duke right here in the Boar's Nest. And right here every Friday night at 8 o'clock with the Smackdown Security Detail. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, from all of us at the Boar's Nest to those of you out there, wherever you are, in the immortal words of Carl Carafel, the world is a scary place. Take care of each other. We out.
I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your crown, till the afterglow, the afterglow.
You look so great when you gotta shine. One more part of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd. Pressure is your best enemy, spotlights show what I wanna see. Sometimes it feels like you're under attack, you just can't break free. I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your crown, till the afterglow, the afterglow. I'll be there when you fall, when you're losing it all. It all sounded like a dream.